couple of hours. But so we heard was that, and then like all the rumours were kind of going around the pits that it was his femur was sticking out his leg, and like I thought shit, that's because obviously that's a really gnarly injury. That's like the biggest bone in your body and ish.
Yeah.
So we anyway, it turns out it's funny just how the information gradually clears up, and it turns out Bren's like he's come off on a super fast section of track, and I went there afterwards. Obviously I rode it afterwards, and it's like it's mega quick. And
the GoPro footage is it's gnarly. You like come over that like blind,
and it's into a bit of like
rollery sort of thing, and then there's a bit of darkness, and then
a lot of shit's blind, really. Like I'm really not used to that much blind stuff, really. Like
right.
Anyway, so so he's it turns out basically he's obviously, I guess everyone's listening to this already knows, but he's like cut his leg super bad through down to the bone, and been airlifted off, and had just endless stitches, and had these like horrible little bottles filling up with blood out of him.
Yeah.
But I guess Swiss hospital's the best place you could be. We turned up, we couldn't even go in the hospital, so there was no rush or panic or anything, but just that initial kind of not knowing what's going on. And then we got to the pits, and there was even more like, no, he's broken his femur, or this and that. Like, so that was a bit of a bummer to start with.
Big time.
And poor Bren spent obviously the entire World Cup weekend in a hospital on his own. So,
did you? Yes, obviously really sucks. Did you see the actual rock that he hit?
Yeah. I in fact see, after all of this sympathy, I in fact then went and recreated the shot, and I sent it to him. This is me. So
can you send me that? We'll insert it so people can see it properly.
Poor bugger. That's what friends are for, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Is the rock? I'm just curious, right? Because to get an injury like that to cut is quite rare, isn't it? Like you rarely hear people having a massive cut.
Well, it's an impact cut, and he's cut.
So he's hit it so hard, it's like blown the skin apart almost. Is that?
It's blown skin and muscle apart. You had to have 10 centimetres of muscle stitched back together. But from what I understand, muscle fibres run obviously in one direction down your quad.
Yeah.
Or whatever that muscle is. I don't even know what it's called. And so you're not stitching them back together like this. You're stitching them back together like this, which is better. Do you see what I mean? It's instead of a horizontal cut, it was a vertical cut, which is better.
A vertical cut. Right.
I guess, dude.
Really, unique that.
About.
Really unique. Airlifted out as well, man. Chopper buddies. Sucks.
Yeah, so somehow he's... I guess you could look at it as he's got away with it, really. I mean, it was a gnarly place to crash, so...
Yeah.
There you have
it. How's he feeling right now? Obviously, Rampage is, 5 weeks away? 4.5, 5 weeks away?
He's 100% on for it. I mean, he is walking around and stuff.
I see him
I just
straight
couldn't
away.
believe, I thought muscle tear would be... Like, that's not like a muscle... that's like a muscle cut, almost, isn't it? It's like, I don't know. I don't really understand the injury. I don't know. What do you say? It's just a cut down to the bone. Like, what is it?
Yeah.
Got lucky though. There's a lot of like big arteries there and all sorts. So
no doubt, dude. Remember that footage of like when Cedric cut his artery?
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of that artery. Is it femoral artery or something?
Yeah, femoral artery, wasn't it? Or was it
Jeez.
Something in the pelvis anyway, wasn't it? And it can pinch. Yeah. That's why I was shitting myself about my buddy Tom the other day as well. So.
Right, yeah.
When he broke his pelvis, I was just thinking about that Cedric clip, like
just squirted it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Terrifying. So that was the start of my trip. We then went up to the World Cup and heard more Chinese whispers about Brendan's injury.
Bren's heads fell off.
Yeah, exactly. It sort of goes like that, doesn't it? And then, because obviously when you're trackside and you've got someone screaming and everyone can see their bone sticking out their leg, I guess it's easy to, you don't have to use your imagination to think it would be femur. So yeah,
dude, it's a weird crash there. I think again, like little promo. I guess if anyone hasn't seen the vlog, it is an interesting crash because he's like comes over the crest of that thing and then it's into the dark and then done.
Yeah,
it happens so fast.
So there were 3 whoops. I haven't even spoken to him about it, why, or even watched the GoPro footage. So I've not really come prepared.
Oh, right, it's good.
But riding the track itself, when I rode it, you come into the dark, and then these whoops are kind of, you can't really see them that well. So it could be that, I don't know. I have no idea why. it's just a miscalculation. But it's certainly not the part of the track where you'd think that you would crash on. You know?
No, not at all. No. Crazy. The
it
Rock
was sick. I got to ride.
always shows up when you don't want him. Fucking wrong Rock, bro.
It's the Rock. What? That was a small Rock though, wasn't it? The Rock always does movies with Kevin Hart. That was Kevin Hart that. Yeah. So there we go. So then